Okay, let's create a rule. We want to convert a legacy bitmap to an Arnold image node with the bitmap attached. We have a physical material here attached to a scene node. We have the scene converter. I created a clean default to have no rules piped in by default. So ideally we want a new entry here called legacy bitmap and Arnold image node here that we can convert. So and the folder is actually here. This is where our file will end up, and the user interface will pick it up. So let's see here. Let's take the standard material to physical material template, the one you were working on. So obviously we need to start changing things here. So this is our source. Which we name this. And we're going to call the superclass. So in order to find that, we need to make a probe. I'm going to pipe the bitmap to the cutout slot. And you can see here we're going to show material, going to list a bunch of inputs. You can see here we're interested in this one because this is our texture map, currently sitting in the cutout map slot. So we're going to inject that one. So let's see here, we were going to get the superclass, show this material dot cutout underscore map dot superclass big I and D. So that shows us the superclass we need right here. As you can see, it says 3088. We're just going to change that because this is not a material, this is a texture. Oh, legacy bitmap, and we need the class ID for this one. So going to copy this, paste it, remove the super, we'll get a class ID there, insert that there, and this is the legacy bitmap class ID, and we want to convert it to an Arnold image. Since this is also a texture, the superclass will also be 3088, but let's just verify. You need to do this. So connect the Arnold image to the cutout slot and rerun the superclass on it. You will see it returns 3088. That's fine. And we also want the class like this. Okay. So that was 88. This is the Arnold image. We need the super or the class here. We're going to inject that there. This is our Arnold image, and that should be fine there. So these are generic code functions. Here is another generic. Don't need to touch this. These are functions specific for the standard material and physical material, but we are not interested in these. So we can select them. Actually, we have to select a couple of groups. Okay, so you see here, this is an internal function that does some parameter mapping. We don't want to delete that, but want to delete everything beneath it, like this. Okay, so this is our area of interest here. We're going to put 2 here. So let's see. We had some generic things up here. Internal function convert from. So this is not standard to physical. This is actually legacy bitmap to our image source destination. Okay, and I don't know whether we should yeah, let's do that. Let's integrate the actual wiring here. So we need the destination to be equal source dot something dot something and what is this something? Well, it's the file name, obviously. So are we going to identify that? Well, we can stay in the bitmap. Let's see here. We can show a material dot cutout underscore map, and that should return a list. So you can see here, this is basically giving us what we are asking up here, what is connected to the cutout map slot. We're asking what is this, and it gives us all the parameters of the bitmap. And as you see down here, this is the file name. And note that the n is big. Okay. So we found out what the source something is. The source something is file name. We are going to do the same thing for the destination. So let's hook this one up. Then let's ask what is attached to the cutout slot. And you see the list, it's different because the functionalities are different. But here you see the file name, that's with a little n. So we found what the destination is. Okay. File and little n. Okay. So let's move further. And this is basically where you want to loop over all these maps functionalities. As you can see, you can dig deeper and deeper. That's something else. If you have something connected to the other map, if you want to show that, just keep it simple. Plugging in a node at a time. So what was the next thing? We need to create the destination material. So we could call this new texture. Of course, need to do like this. And our new texture is not return the new texture. What is new texture? Well, it's not physical material. I happen to know that it's AI image. So how can we check out what exactly we need to write here? Well, plug in the map here, and we can, for example, go class of here material dot cut out underscore map, and that returns us. We're basically asking what is the name. How can we spawn the image file here, the node here, and it tells us that AI underscore image is the name. You put 2 parentheses around it, like this. So let's see here. Destination texture, like this. Okay. Main entry point, blah 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 blah. Function convert. We want to convert this just for the sake of it. BB texture. This is just the name I call it. And go like this. And create the destination texture like this. A new mat is not physical material, it is AI image. So we go here like this, and we're going to call the parameters mapping function to convert from standard. And you remember we made a different name up here. So we're going to plot that in there, and it's not the standard material, it's our B bitmap texture. This, and we then need to get the new mat. Actually, this is not correct. This is not new mat. This is let's see here, new texture. Like this. Like here. And let's swap out some names here. Bitmap. So everywhere it says standard bitmap or standard mat. Going to change it. Like this. And we're going to call new texture. And return the new texture. That's new texture. And we're now ready to save that out. Call it legacy bitmap to Arnold image.ms, and put it in this folder. And that should basically be it. I think I'm going to test it now. So in order to do that, I need to close down the converter, and let's see here. Scene converter, nothing there. Let's see here. Oh, we had a new entry here called bitmap texture, and we indeed have a new entry here called Arnold image. We're going to include that rule, bitmap texture to Arnold, and let's just make sure we have the old bitmap assigned. Double sure this is on, and it may create a double node when Slate is open, but this should hopefully work. So let's check it out. Yeah, the image node now has the file name integrated. Everything is fine, and just for sake of sanity, let's try and abuse it a bit. Is this a bitmap? Yes, it is. So let's go here. There. And I don't know. Something like this. Something completely random. I'm just making something up. So we have a bunch of bitmaps here. Let's see. Attached it like this. do the same thing. Convert the scene. Let's check here. And indeed, all the bitmap nodes are now converted to Arnold image nodes. And yep, that's how you get around doing things like this. And you just keep adding new entries, new rules. So you got the complete guide to start from scratch. I wish you luck and fortune. Bye bye.